Using Serato is cool and all, especially the new update, the 4.0 is power hungry. And today I'm going to show you some of the settings you need to change right away in order for you to not have any issues. Let's get into the video. Normally when you open your Serato DJ, it goes to your library. This is my main library. Settings that you need to change or you can change right now that's going to make a big difference on how you play. Go to DJ preferences, which is the first tab. The first thing is to uncheck the auto gain. Reason we're going to uncheck auto gain because it may help and hurt us at the same time. What I mean by that is the purpose of the auto gain is to get the quiet songs and make it louder to a certain level. If it's not loud enough, it's gonna match it to the other song, which is good. What may happen is if the system feels like it's too loud, it's gonna bring it down too much the other song. So it may kill the vibe, may kill the energy. So that's why we unchecking this. The second thing we're gonna do is lock the playing deck. Reason for that is you don't want to be playing on deck one and all of a sudden, let's say somebody talked to you and then you got distracted or something and then now you forgot which deck you was just playing. You ended up loading a new song to that deck and then just stop the vibe, completely stop the music, or just have a whole new song starting from scratch. You don't want that. So I have it locked in, which means whenever you're playing, even if you're trying to load a song, it won't load. It's gonna lock it in. And tip number three, we're going to enable hot cues. So if your DJ controller comes with the hot cue pads, once you enable it, you can hit the hot cues and you're good to go. Or if you don't have a DJ controller, you're doing it on your laptop, you can hit 1 through 5, and I believe 6 through 9, like different numbers for deck one and deck two. You're good to go for all of your hot cues. So we're gonna enable that. We're still under the DJ preferences. Enable play from start, which is this one right here, and play from the first cue, which means the system is gonna check if there's a hot cue already, it's gonna start it from the hot cue once you have both of these enabled. If there is no hot cue, then it's gonna start from the beginning. This one, it's clearly up to you. You don't have to have it enabled. I have it enabled because I am currently using the M2 chip from Apple, but it all depends on what type of computers you have because it takes a lot of power on your computer, especially when you do it on the fly, which is analyzing stems. When you click to analyze stems, the moment you load the song, it's going to analyze the music. But keep in mind, again, it's going to take a lot of power on your computer because it's doing two things at the same time. It's trying to analyze the song while playing the music. So when you hit the stem buttons, it may start glitching because it's still working. But for me, I have it enabled. But this is not a must. Next, this is the only settings for the audio tab right here. And if you don't take anything from these that I just mentioned right now, because you can get by with most of them, but with this one, most definitely, you need to have it checked. I was doing a gig recently and mine was all the way down to one. By the time I was playing the music, it started glitching on me, started sounding real staticky. And I went to double check my settings. I realized I had this thing all the way down to one. So it was giving me glitches all over the place. So I'm telling you guys right now, make sure you leave it at 5. For most computers, you good. You can get away with that. If you really have a lower end or like an Intel computer or something like that, not an M series from Apple, I would leave it at 5. Or if you really need to, you can go up to 10. You don't necessarily got to go to 20. Most computers can handle that. So between 5 and 20, that's where I would leave this. The last tab I will be talking about is under the library and display. The subcrates. If there's a few things you're gonna do a lot in Serato DJ Pro or DJ Lite, is gonna be creating crates and subcrates. The crates are like folders. The subcrates are like smart folders that you can set it up however you want to. Put it under your crate, and then now all of your songs, however you set it up, is gonna be right there. So leave that check in. The next one you want to have on is the EQ colored waveforms. When you hit your EQ on your controllers, it's gonna take away all of these colors right now. You see some of them are blue, some of them are yellow, some of them are red. It all depends on how you're playing with your EQ on your controller. You turn it down, it's gonna take away different colors every single time. And then the last thing we're gonna talk about, guys, is gonna be your streaming services. Now it all depends on which one. If you have any, you can literally have it playing directly on your Serato. Me, I'm using Apple Music. I just logged in into it, so that's where all of my music is showing from. So these are the settings that I would definitely think about when it comes to setting it up for performance. Now, again, nothing that I'm saying has to be exactly like that, but this is the basic for you just to start. Once you have a better computer, you can change whatever you want, but this is the basic to get started right now. So let me know on the comment section below. How do you set up yours? Which one do you have enabled or disabled? I may learn something from it or somebody else may learn something from it. While you down there, also don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more DJ tips, tricks, and updates. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.